Hello and welcome back to the English with Parker YouTube channel, a place where you can become a confident and fluent English speaker. Today's video is a super useful one. I'm going to be sharing my top 7 food idioms. Now, these expressions you may hear native speakers use and think, why are you talking about a lemon right now? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break them down and I'm going to explain exactly what they mean. These expressions actually have nothing to do with food, however, they all contain a food word in the expression. Make sure you stick around till the end of the video because I'm going to provide you with a quiz so you can test just how much you have actually learned. Also, in the description of the video, I will leave a PDF version of this class so you can download it, print it off and study at home. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button and you'll be the first to know whenever a new video of mine comes out. So without further ado, let's get started. So here are the 7 idioms that I'm going to be going over today. As you can see, every idiom contains some type of food. We've got a lemon, bread and butter, bring home the bacon, cheap as chips, cry over spilt milk, finger in every pie, and take something with a pinch of salt. So let's get into the first one. So food idiom number 1, a lemon. Now most of you will probably know that a lemon is this fruit right here. But what does it mean when we say it in an idiom? Let's have a look. A lemon is something that you buy which turns out to have problems. Okay, it is defective and it doesn't work well. For example, that second-hand car I bought was a real lemon. It broke down a week after I bought it. So this means that it was no good, it broke just after I bought it, so we can call it a lemon. Have you ever bought anything that turned out to be a lemon? Let me know in the comment section. Idiom number 2, bread and butter. Now, this is actually a picture of a piece of toast with butter, but it's still a bread and butter. So this is what it is. But what does it mean as an idiom? Things which are bread and butter are the basic things you need to survive. For example, food and shelter. It is also used to describe the job or activity that provides you with the money you need to live. So basically, bread and butter are the things that you need to live, the basic things that you need to live. For example, teaching is my bread and butter. Okay, teaching gives me the money to be able to buy food, rent a house, yeah? It gives me my basic needs. Teaching is my bread and butter. Idiom number 3, bring home the bacon. So this is a piece of bacon. But what does it mean when we say to bring home the bacon in an idiom? This means to earn money to live, okay? For example, I'm looking for a job. I need to do something to bring home the bacon, okay? I'm looking for a job. I need to do something to earn some money. I need to bring home the bacon. I need to earn some money. Moving on to idiom number 4, cheap as chips. This is one of my favorite ones because I use it all the time. Cheap as chips. So these are chips. Be careful, these are not crisps. Many people get these confused with crisps. They're actually chips in Britain or fries in America. Cheap as chips. What does it mean? When something is as cheap as chips, it is very cheap, okay? For example, I didn't pay much for those shoes. In fact, they were cheap as chips. Now here you can say as cheap as chips or cheap as chips, okay? They're both exactly the same. They were as cheap as chips or they were cheap as chips. What was the last thing that you bought that was cheap as chips? Let me know in the description. I think the last thing that I bought that was cheap as chips was probably a t-shirt in the sales. Yeah. Okay, moving on to the next idiom. Cry over spilt milk. So here is a picture of milk, and this milk is actually spilt. Spilt is the past simple form of spill. Spill, spilt, spilled. So cry over spilt milk. What does it mean? When we cry over spilt milk, we are upset, sad, or complaining over something bad that happened in the past. It is usually used in this phrase. There's no use crying over spilt milk. Okay, we usually put there is no use before crying over spilt milk. For example, stop complaining about your lost pen. There's no use crying over spilt milk. So usually it's something that doesn't have a very big negative impact on your life, okay? Stop complaining about losing your pen. Well, I'm sure you can buy another pen or you can find another pen. It's not the end of the world, okay? Don't cry over spilt milk. Don't cry over a small problem that can be fixed. Moving on to a much more common idiom among English students. I'm sure you've heard this one before. Not my cup of tea. Here's a cup of tea. Very British. Do I like tea? Yes, I do. I am very British. Do you like tea? Let me know in the comments. What does it mean? Well, usually we use this expression in the negative, okay? It's not my cup of tea. It means something is not to your interest or taste. So basically, you don't like it, okay? For example, rap music is not my cup of tea. I prefer pop music, okay? I don't really like rap music. I prefer pop music, okay? It's not my cup of tea. I don't really like it. Not my cup of tea. Moving on to the next idiom. A finger in every pie. Why a pie? A finger in every pie. Here's actually a picture of some fingers in every pie. But how do we use it in an expression? So when someone has a finger in every pie, they are involved in many activities or many different things. You know, it can be used in both a positive way or a negative way. For example, look at this negative way. He's very controlling. He has a finger in every pie. But we could also use it in a positive way. For example, Michelle loves to do lots of different sports. She has her finger in every pie. Maybe she plays tennis, maybe she does basketball, maybe she plays football, maybe she does gymnastics, yeah? She has her finger in every pie. And finally, the last idiom of today is take something with a pinch of salt, okay? Salt is the little white granules that we put in our food to give it that flavor, that salty flavor. But what does it mean in an idiom? So if we take something with a pinch of salt, it means that you should not completely believe what you are told, okay? Someone is telling you something which may not be true, or it could be exaggerated. So let's see this example here. Take everything you read in that newspaper with a pinch of salt, okay? Maybe all of that information in that newspaper may not be true, okay? I always tell my students, take what you see on social media with a pinch of salt, okay? It's not always true. Do you agree with that? Let me know in the comments section. So now it's time to practice. I'm going to put up a little quiz on the screen, and what you need to do is fill in the spaces with an idiom from today. Remember guys, if you liked this video, please give it a like. It really helps me out so more students can find my channel. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, in the description I've left a PDF version of this class so you can download it and keep it for yourself and practice anytime you like. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.